Oh god, my computer froze. Okay, wait, there we go. Okay, got it. What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I'm going to be continuing my coverage of the defense. This time, this game is going to be live streamed, and hopefully all of the lag issues have been fixed. I did some stuff, moved some things around, hit some things with wrenches, and repaired some things, welded things, and did all that stuff, so hopefully there's no lag. This time is going to be between EG and Darer, and this match, I believe, is going to determine who gets second or third in the group. The EG and Darer both are tied, but I'm pretty sure they're both in the yeah, they're definitely both in the next round. So this isn't an elimination thing. This is just going to be who's going to be put into the upper bracket, who's going to be put into the lower bracket. Whoever wins basically gets the upper bracket, which is a huge advantage. You have to play fewer games, and well, yeah, you have to play fewer games, which means you have fewer chances to get knocked out. It's going to be DG versus Darer, and so far the bans have been extremely boring. We got Darkseer, Enchantress, and Nature's Prophet, so eliminating a couple of them jungle heroes. Chen, of course, is still in the pool, which I would not be surprised to see picked up by either of these. Invoker is here as well, but on the Darer team, oh look, there we go. Chen, the Holy Knight. Darer instantly responding to the Chen pick with a Leshrac Invoker. All three of these heroes really extremely powerful in this aggressive, pushing, early game oriented metagame that we're experiencing right now. You could actually see that reflected very well in the bans, where all these heroes are pretty good pushers. Actually, I would say all of them are pushers. So you want to get rid of that early pressure and pick whatever early pressure is left for your team. Chen, EG's Chen. I'm gonna say Malk gonna play that, but could be anyone. They could pull some crazy shit. Chen will give them a lot of pushing power early on, but Darer's pushing power is not to be underestimated with that Edict and with Invoker, who most likely is going to be going for a Exhort build. In Exhort build, you get those Forge Spirits, and if you get enough levels on the Invoker, then they can attack towers from pretty far away with substantial damage. So, kind of like Eidolons, except they're fiery instead of nether-y. EG's pick is going to be the Brewmaster as well as the Shadow Demon, so they have a pretty good lane combo right there. Disrupt people, soul catch, so yeah, catch their souls and then clap all over them. Do some pretty good damage. Not the most vicious of kill lanes like Shadow Demon Leshrac or something, and Chaos Knight. Really anyone with Chaos Knight, but still has a pretty good potential on its own. And it might be a double lane mid of Shadow Demon and the Brewmaster, something that it's not really uncommon. Darer's pickup is going to be the Lone Druid, so they're going to be going for a pretty heavy push. It seems like a lot of the good pushing heroes have been eliminated so far, so their team comp isn't going to be the strongest pushing, but they're still going to orient themselves towards that, and that's really what we see a lot nowadays coming out from the teams. Chaos Knight being banned out by EG, it's not something of a surprise. Chaos Knight is just so powerful right now, but not more powerful than the heroes in the pool in the pick phase right now, or else he would have been picked up. The Chaos Knight is usually, well, nowadays, more of a second round of pick kind of material. There's heroes that are kind of more important than Chaos Knight, and you could fill Chaos Knight's role with other heroes. So he's not the most important to be picked up right now, and we see the Tinker and the Tidehunter and the Windrunner actually being banned out from the two teams, so getting rid of a lot of that AoE magical damage. Windrunner, you see more often pick than banned, but hell, she's on the screen right now, which really emphasizes the importance of a high mobility lineup. That's actually also reflected in the bans and picks. Actually, lots of mobility going on right here.
10 seconds remaining.
So yeah, mobility, ganking, pushing, all very important, and I have to go for like 5 seconds, so I'll be right back.
Reserve time. Queen of Pain. Dire team pick.
Alright, I took care of that. So EG picking up the Queen of Pain, gonna have themselves another potential solo mid. Queen of Pain could also go on the hard lane and do pretty well. She could survive, and if she's against the Lone Druid, it's really a wash on how the players actually play the lane out. Some of the new heroes are actually still in play. Rubik, unfortunately, hasn't been very successful. I haven't seen a really good Rubik in these pro games because play him as a support hero and he usually gets squished because he's such a soft hero, but Rubik and Wisp, who has seen a lot more success than Rubik in my opinion, are both still in the pool. I am not sure if these teams are looking towards something like that though. Rubik is a very there we go. We have a Wisp pickup by Dara. Wisp on their team is gonna be a little bit weird. They don't really have anyone for Wisp to be a buddy ganker with. Leshrac can do pretty well with the Wisp. But that would mean Leshrac would have to take on the more I'm going to get the money role. So Dara picking up the Wisp, going to give them a little bit of a global presence, and EG, well, it's going to be hard to gank the EG team. Shadow Demon can disrupt the Wisp or his buddy or whatever right as soon as they're teleporting back, and that's not what you want to have happen as the Wisp. You want to evac whoever you bring in. Pandaren, the Brewmaster, could also split away, and Queen of Pain can blink away, so it's going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for Dara to land the Wisp relocate ganks, but Wisp has been seeing an extraordinary amount of play. I haven't really been following the Dota 1 scene recently, so I don't know how Wisp is viewed in that game, but so far Wisp really doing pretty well in Dota 2, and it's actually going to be a Naix, a Lifestealer pick by EG. Going to give them that late game assurance, and EG has a very, very, how should I put this? They want a lot of experience, and they kind of want a lot of gold. Naix, Queen of Pain, and Pandaren all really thrive on getting a lot of levels up. So, yeah, we might see a Brewmaster mid, Queen of Pain top, or those two switch, and then Lifestealer bottom with a Shadow Demon and a Chen in the jungle. Something we might see come out from EG. Lifestealer is actually pretty good against the Lone Druid. Lone Druid will have a lot of health, and that means he's going to take a lot more damage from Feast, so Lifestealer will also be protected pretty well from well, the rest of the heroes from Dara with that magic immunity that he could just bust out at any time. Pop inside a creep for a little while, and then if the Wisp relocated on top of him, he can just hide in that creep for as long as he can, and then hopefully the relocate will time out. Between the Infest's hiding time and the Rage magic immunity time, Wisp isn't going to have much time to really gank the Naix unless they already have a whole bunch of stuff on the Lifestealer, which I'm sure Dara will organize if they can. But it's going to be a pretty late game oriented setup for EG. They have their supports early. They have, a little bit of early game power. The heroes that they've selected aren't the worst in the early game, but late game or mid late game especially with Lifestealer is when EG is really going to thrive. And Dara taking their sweet time. Let's see if we're going to have a hugely exciting pick or something boring like a Sand King. Weaver. Interesting. So Dara going for a kind of double carry, semi-carry kind of thing, as I'm lagging right now, but I hope this is normal. But Weaver is going to give Dara an opportunity so that they could just sit on their asses and farm. They're probably going to try to take as many opportunities as they can to push down lanes, but with that Weaver and with the Lone Druid pick, they have the option of just doing nothing. Let's go over who's playing what for the Dara side. We have Mag on the Lone Druid, Feed on the Wisp. I'm not sure if that's Funnick or not, but I'm probably just going to call him Feed because that's what it says. Goblin on the Leshrac, Art Style on the Weaver, and God on the Invoker, who is probably the most godlike character. I mean, like, he has control of everything. That's his theme. Anyway, on the EG side, we have Queen of Pain heading towards the bot lane. Bulba going to be playing a mid Brewmaster with Universe on the Shadow Demon. Malk going Chen top, so maybe an aggressive jungle there with Fear on the Naix. Naix, of course, is Lifestealer's name in Dota 1. I'm not sure if they actually kept the name in Dota 2 with his lore or something, but I am probably just going to be calling him that because of force of habit. And Demon doing something extremely, extremely smart. Seeing that Wisp pick, seeing that Lone Druid pick, knowing that they could easily take Roshan at level 1. Just give Wisp a couple of salves, and then tether him up to someone, and then that heal will be shared. Looks like it's actually going to be a tri-lane bot for Darer. A Wisp, Leshrac, Weaver tri-lane. I've got to be honest, guys, I've never seen something like this. Weaver isn't the best in a tri-lane. His damage is kind of more prolonged in the sense that you need to stick on someone, and Weaver does more and more damage the longer the fights go on. But Wisp and Leshrac, if you get a split earth and somehow manage to latch that tether onto an opponent, you will be able to give Weaver a little bit of time to get those right clicks out, get the Shikuchi out. Looks like Malk going to be heading towards the Dire jungle. You're going to be trying to pressure the Lone Druid a lot, and I don't think Mag is going to get much out of this lane. Lifestealer is a pretty good, well, he's a lot better a tri-lane hero than Weaver in my opinion, because he has the feast and he has an actual crowd control contribution to his team. Demon already starting it strong, taking a lot of right clicks and forced a tango out. Maybe this Wisp and Leshrac are going to go ganking together? Possibly. But the Invoker already with a point of Exort, so we're going to be seeing an Exort build. Not really much of a surprise. Chen wandering around already with the Troll Warlord, and he's going to have to be careful because Goblin and Funnick, or Feed, or whoever this person is, well, Malk is spotted out, so if he gets stunned, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, but there's no tether angle. There goes the tether anyway, but Leshrac's stun only at level 1 is just going to stun up that Troll Warlord, who's probably going to be doing a lot of damage. Universe is on the top high ground, and I do not think, well, actually, no, they spotted it out. Mag spotted it out with his bear, so Goblin and Funnick not going to be doing much of anything on the top lane. This is going to leave Artstyle and Demon to duel it out on the bot lane. I feel like Queen of Pain should have the advantage, although Weaver can just Shikuchi away and dodge those the Shadow Strikes. Malk once again on the run, and it's really his Dark Troll Warlord who's being punished for it as he takes a second split Earth, so the Earth not really working for this Dark Troll Warlord. He's going to get taken down by... who took that down? The Wisp, I believe. There's a little bit of gold from the Wisp over there. And Mag on the top lane is actually level 3 versus the level 1 only on this tri-lane on top, and looks like the tri-lane from the Darer squad has shifted up, so it's going to be tri-lane on tri-lane. This is going to be some really intense action, I hope. Mag is going to have that advantage though because he's level 3, whereas the Wisp and the Leshrac kind of counteracting the Chen and Shadow Demon, who are now they actually broke level 2, so it's not actually going to be perfectly equal, but Artstyle actually doing quite a lot to punish Demon. Sunstrike going to go off, hit him perfectly, and Weaver is going to pick up that first blood with the Shikuchi. Not really expecting that from Queen of Pain. She did not expect a Sunstrike this early on, and it was a level 2 Sunstrike. Did he have that level 2? Well, it's 162 pure damage, so that's a lot of pain coming into the Queen of Pain, who's playing a little bit fast and loose with that Weaver, and she really got punished for it. Universe is going to spot out Goblin and Funnick. Feed. I'm just going to keep calling Feed. Feed. On the top lane, and looks like the person who's actually getting shut down is going to be the Lifestealer, which is actually kind of surprising. Seems like EG is a little bit scared of this Wisp Leshrac combo, as well they should be. Split Earth into a good tether angle will mean a lot of pain. Spirit's going out now, just trying to look for a hit onto Fear. A little bit too far away, however. Artstyle is... well, it's at the creep score on the bot lane is a little bit even. I feel like as soon as Demon gets 1 or 2 more levels, he's going to have a much easier time being able to use that Scream of Pain. And Weaver has not gone for an early Ring of Health instead of opting for Aquila, which is, you know, just a standard. But with that first blood, he probably could have gotten the Ring of Health, which would have let him survive a lot more against those Screams of Pain. Poor Chen creep getting... was that a Chen creep? I don't think that was a Chen creep, actually. No, it definitely was not. So neutral is getting split Earths. Or, actually, that might have been. I have no idea. But it doesn't really matter. And Artstyle is going to be facing up against a pulling Queen of Pain, so he's going to have a little bit of a restricted experience in gold income, as we now see Malk. Going to just be walking through the mid lane. Just passing through. He's just a traveler on his rhinoceros donkey thing. Going to be making God a little bit worried. Bulba now, after picking up that regeneration rune, is going to pick up a haste rune. Art style, extremely gutsy, actually taking the pull from Demon. So Demon, unfortunately, is not benefiting from that. It actually benefited Art style in the long run. This game is actually extraordinarily tame considering the heroes that we have on the board. But EG just have to play it safe. They're going to be fine late game, and well, Derrere too. So we might be in for a very long, drawn-out game, which should be very exciting and spectacular for my voice. Nothing really going on now. There's a haste rune on the Brewmaster, who has gone for 3 points of clap with 1 Drunken Brawler. Probably just to get those random crits out, but the right click is not that much of a threat right now. It rarely is for these types of games. Invoker does have a little bit of base damage, but so far this lane in the middle has been kind of a wash. Lifestealer now 26 for 4 versus 18 for 2. A little bit on the supports, but not all that much. So Lifestealer getting a little bit more gold out of this engagement, but with a more tri-lane-ish lane going for Derrere on the top lane, Lifestealer is going to be, well, he should be catching up on experience, but he's right now a little bit behind, and Goblin going to do those pulls, make sure that Lifestealer has a little bit more of a restricted time in the top lane. As we see Brewmaster, shit, I'm sorry guys, Brewmaster solo killing the Invoker. I was not expecting Invoker to die with just one person. That's not something that I was really looking out for, but Pandaren Brewmaster using that split as soon as he hit level 6, going to give him a easier level 7. Going to be going on for a kill. A Scream of Pain and an ultimate goes out for Demon. Art style just a very, very low on health, and unfortunately he is going to salve up, so Mal cannot get that kill, but he's going to run right into Demon. Demon does not have any more mana, and Art style going to Shikuchi himself into closer. Going to be going for a little more right clicks. Sunstrike going to miss as Demon blinks away, and we have a huge dive going on the top lane. Fear and Universe have been split up. Fear is running towards Bulba, trying to get some support. There goes the Rage. They're going to try to go for a kill on Goblin as Soul Catcher goes off onto Mag. Goblin is going to go down, but Lifestealer is going to lose his life as well. Bulba now on the run. He does have a regeneration rune, so he could pop that if he gets a little bit of distance. Come back in really strong. Malk has shown up for the fight, but he's not the strongest in the universe. Forced to use the self-disruption, which is not what he wanted to do. He had to do that to prevent that spirit damage. Bulba now looking for a clap onto the Wisp, and Wisp trying to look for a tether. He's digging himself through. He just needs a tether on something, but unfortunately he got hit somehow up there. So Panda bringing out the longest stick in the game, and Mag is the only one to escape from that, as it now sits at 3-2. But a lot of people forced in from EG, where Invoker was just sitting on the mid lane doing his thing. Brewmaster did get a kill though. Did he get a kill or did he get an assist? Brewmaster got a kill, so Brewmaster's going to be happy about that one. Lifestealer going to be going for a Hand of Midas, it looks like. 7 minutes in, not bad. Yeah, there's the Hand of Midas. So Lifestealer going in for the long haul. That is going to allow him to farm a lot more than the Weaver. He's going to have a lot more income, and more importantly, a lot more of experience coming from that dual / tri lane. He's going to be hurting for experience, whereas Weaver is going to be already level 7, so he's sitting pretty on his levels. But Weaver's going to have to get something up real fast. Looks like he's actually going to go for a Lincoln Sphere. The Ring of Health kind of leans towards that, although it's not unheard of to see a Ring of Health, someone transition out of a Ring of Health into a Radiance if Weaver gets a lot of time on his own. Queen of Pain with double damage rune, not going to be doing much, as double damage rune actually got denied from the Invoker, and there's no wards there, so they do not know, Derrere that is, do not know what the other team has. So could be invisibility rune, could be haste rune, very dangerous stuff. Well, Queen of Pain is going to show her hand to the Weaver. Weaver actually doing pretty well for himself, level 8 versus level 7. Let's actually check how the gold advantage is going. That's just what I expected, sitting at pretty much 0. The farm, well, the 1 kill not really doing much to change that graph, and the farm is going to stay on, they're going to stay on par with each other. Experience looking quite the same, so we're going to have an even ball game right now, but that is going to change pretty quickly as Fear gets a lot more ticks on his Hand of Midas. Going to be spiking up that gold in favor of EG. Unless Demon gets jumped again, he actually uses a salve. try to protect himself. Our side looking for the cancel, not going to get it. Now we see Goblin heading towards bot lane, I guess. You could look for Chen, although Chen will have quite a bit of creeps, quite a huge number of creeps to tank up any of that edict. Mag, with his money, bought up a Orb of Venom, standard stuff, and he could go for phase boots, go for tranquils, which you see occasionally from lone druids, or he could just start saving right now, go for a very early relic. Or, well, it depends on what art style he's going to get. Double damage now popped onto Demon. Going to be dueling art style a little bit, and little does art style know there's a troll trap, which is not what you want to be facing as Weaver. He's going to be forced to use the time lapse unless he gets completely bursted down. And actually, the net not coming out, so he's going to Shikuchi out of there just fine. Universe counter warding, and Goblin is going to take an invisibility rune, which was spotted by that Shadow Demon, so they know that Leshrac is wandering around invisible. EG is going to be a little bit more cautious, but they have, they're pretty secure right now. Chen with all these creeps, Queen of Pain with a double damage rune. Not going to be too afraid of a Leshrac with invisibility. Queen of Pain now actually teleporting top, which is a move that signifies that she wants a kill, because she could be free farming on the bot lane. They're actually going to go right onto Mag. There goes the open wounds. Bulba coming in for the clap. Mag is trying to teleport out, but he's going to take an ultimate, 2 ultimates in fact. Brewmaster getting the last kill. Feed now is going to get, wow, that actually looks pretty awesome. Dispelled out of that Cyclone. He's going to be on the run looking for a tether to something, but he takes a stun from the Brewling, and Lifestealer is actually going to pick up that kill. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Malik is going to take a lot of damage from that Edict. There goes the Hand of God, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. No, Weaver gets the kill on the bot lane. So a 2-for-1 trade in favor of EG, and I think EG is going to be okay with that. They lost Chen, but they managed to get the lone druid. Unfortunately, Lifesteal, well, it's kind of a wash on who got the kills. Weaver got the kill on the bot lane. Lifestealer got a kill on the top lane. So as far as who got the kills, it's going to be pretty even. Unfortunately, now for EG, well, Leshrac could be doing a lot of damage with Edict, but the creep wave got pulled out because of those Chen creeps. So Tower's going to survive for a little bit longer, but it's not that long for life. Bulba, we're going to be returning to the mid lane, gets a farm up. Orange now teleporting in, going to be looking for the defense over here. Yes, that is what I'm casting. So here we go. Lifestealer playing the role of the tournament. Good on you, Lifestealer. He does know where our style is, and the Dara team knows where the Lifestealer is, but I don't think they have enough power to take down the Lifestealer at this point in the game. Especially when his creeps are going to keep coming and he can just invest into them. Let's actually look for some items. Do we have any items? Hand of Midas, Ring of Health, Treads on the Weaver. So standard boots there. Nothing of note, nothing of note, nothing of note. We do have a Staff of Wizardry going on to the Invoker. Probably going to be a 4-staff. Going to give him a lot of mobility with that Exhort build, which is something you lack by not going Wex. You don't, well, obviously you don't have that max movement speed all the time, which is so much fun to just skate around. But getting that 4-staff kind of alleviates that, and you'll have a lot of right-click damage and a lot of mobility, so it's a good item to get on Invoker, really no matter what build you're going. Bulba going to take a Cold Snap on the mid lane. There's no damage going after him. Spirit's going to do a lot of damage. Split Earth and Sunstrike as well. Bam! Invoker going to be able to take down Brewmaster's killing spree. And Brewmaster did spend a little bit of his gold, I think. But, of course, Invoker, with that kill, going to be getting himself a quarterstaff on the mid lane. He's going to be happy about that. Just 20 more gold until his 4-staff is completed and 13 minutes in. 4-staff isn't the most game-breaking item, but the earlier you get it, the more chances you have to save your ass. Weaver actually going to be going for a Vanguard, so might be seeing a Vanguard into something like a Manta style or something more damaging, maybe a MKB. But most likely leaving the Radiance duty to the Lone Druid, which I think is actually a better idea. Because Spirit Bear is, well, you get 2 of them, so that's, 5,400 health, which is pretty dangerous. And it does a lot of right-click damage as well. And Weaver has, well, it really is up to Dara how they want to play it. Universe now going to purge up Fish. No, God, actually, and he's going to take a lot of damage. Clap goes off from the Panda, and right-click, huge crit, 244. Going to be able to seal the deal. Using that smoke, and I don't really think it was completely needed, but hell, they got a kill. EG is going to take this chance to push down the second tower. So EG sitting at a pretty large gold advantage as far as the towers go, plus they're 2 kills ahead. This tower is actually doing quite a bit because EG just doesn't have a creep wave, and Chen doesn't want to use his creeps to tank this up. He's going to be using earn charges instead. Artstyle and Demon continue to duel each other as you see teleport going on to the mid lane. It is Artstyle trying to do something. Hand of God goes out to heal the creeps, and Lifestealer is going to take that tower. Artstyle is going strong on Universe, so he has self-disruption, however. Artstyle is very tanky, and he's just standing his ground. There goes another Shikuchi trying to bring down Universe. He's going to be forced to time-lapse. There goes a time-lapse, barely in time, and he's going to run out of this just fine. Shadow Demon did get teleported back to his base, but in the meantime, Mag putting some pressure on the tier 1 tower. Demon is forced to teleport up there to try to deal with that. And with that Hand of Midas, Lifestealer getting quite a bit of dough, already has an armlet. So Lifestealer is going to be absolutely dishing. Most likely going to see boots coming up next on him, most likely power treads for that attack speed. Artstyle is chilling out on the bot lane. He takes some demonic purge and dust, but with that Shikuchi max movement speed, that is just simply too much. There's not enough gap closing ability for EG, so unfortunately they waste the demonic purge, which isn't that a big deal, but they also waste the charge of dust. They're not going to be happy about that, but that's what you got to do with the Weaver. You got to try to bring him down, or else his farm is just going to get overwhelming. And Darrow has enough support to keep that Weaver alive. Tether especially is going to be helping him a lot. G on the bot lane, just pushing down the lane, now has his 4-stack completed, pair of Forge Spirits, and this tower is going to be taken down extremely quickly. There is a smoke out from EG, but I think this tower is going to go down before they even get there. And Invoker does have a 4-stack. Does he have any Ghost Walk? No, he doesn't have Ghost Walk yet. So G, you got to pull back right now, man. Oh no. There's actually not many stuns out for the other team, but yeah, G's going to get purged. 4-staff away, trying to teleport himself out, but there's the disruption. He's not going to get out of this one. You are so dead, Invoker. Armlet popped, and Shadow Demon is actually going to be one to get the last hit. So Invoker overstaying his welcome just a little bit. He did get the tower, however, so for him, it wasn't. He could have gotten out alive, but he's not going to be the most upset about that. Brewmaster now with the drum up. Drum phase boots, standard stuff on the Brewmaster, probably looking either towards a Blink Dagger or a straight Aghanim Scepter next for him. And the top lane actually got demolished by the Shrack's Edict damage. Bulba is looking for something. He's going to be able to catch Phonic Feed, and he's actually going to take him down by the Lifestealer, managing to swipe that last right click. Or was that? No, that was actually Infest damage. Well, Lifestealer taking kills is what you need to do as a Lifestealer. There goes the treads for Lifestealer. And Wisp he's a strength hero, but he's like so freaking fragile. He has 0 base armor at level 1. I mean, right now only sitting at 4 armor, like Brewmaster sitting at 10. So Wisp is really easy to kill, and in your games, if you see a Wisp, just kill him. Try to ignore whoever he's tethered to. Try to ignore whoever he's relocated to. Just kill the Wisp, because it's really freaking easy. Artstyle chilling on the mid lane, has 2,000 gold, so he's quite wealthy. Universe is going to be looking for initiation. He actually has maxed out Shadow Poison, so he's going to be going for a heavy damage build, so EG is going to be fine as far as the damage department goes. I personally like maxing out Soul Catcher, but hell to each his own. Relic being picked up by Mag, so Mag is rolling in the dough, and EG knows that, and they're going to try to stop him. Queen of Pain is going for a Hex Stick, but unfortunately she does not have it right now, only an Ultimate Orb, and Mag has got to watch out. What is it with Darrow and overextending on this bot lane? There goes the Brewmaster and Queen of Pain, doing all her spells onto the Lone Druid. He's going to just sit there and accept his fate, using a little bit of his money to buy out a teleport scroll so he doesn't lose anything. Relocate coming out from the Wisp. He's going to be doing a lot of damage from Milk. Spirit's dishing. He's forced to use his Hand of God to hit Sunstrike going out, going to completely miss. Phonic is going to run away just fine. Fear now on the chase. If he can get an open wounds off, no. Relocate, well, just up on the high ground. Not the large relocate, but hell, it works. Fear going to be taking a little bit of damage from those Forge Spirits. Demon gets cold snapped up, trying to blink out. He is going to get out just barely. Disruption going to be catching out the Leshrac, I believe. Leshrac is going to be taking a lot of damage from Fear. Fear is going to take down the Leshrac, and the rest of Darrow are going to be taking down the Queen of Pain. In the meantime, Bulba does not want to give up on this fight quite yet, but is 1 versus 3, and it'll be good of him to pull back, and because his whole team is out of mana, and you can't really do much without mana, can you? Especially when the Invoker is sitting very healthy. Weaver is very healthy, and he still has time lapse armed up, so it was not a good fight, and they did the right thing to pull back. Queen of Pain going down in exchange for the Shrek. EG still sitting at... What the hell? Oh, God. Cannibalism. They turned on his own creeps trying to get... Well, I don't know why he actually did that. Malk just losing his mind, denying his own creeps. I guess he wanted something else. Unfortunately for him, there's nothing else. Centaur is really weak down there, so it's not going to be the best creep to pull up. But Weaver is going to be going for an MKB. Bulk damage. I like that build from Weaver. Fear with an armlet really doing a lot of damage that last fight. Really the restricting factor for him is going to be that mana pool. Bulba tries to look for the deny, but he's actually taking a lot of damage from Artstyle. He's now going to send out his swarm. He's going to try to do some stuff to Bulba as he gets teleported back to the base. He's going to get out just fine. And Centaurs and Ursa are going to try to hold up Artstyle, but Artstyle sees this as free gold. He's going to Shikuchi up. Going to complete his damage with the right clicks. There goes the Ursa, and Centaur going to be taken down as well. Wisp, in the meantime, going to take a huge Queen of Pain ultimate. He actually gets relocated back to his base, but he dies instantly because of the Shadow Strike. Artstyle is still on the chase of Malkin. He is going to get that kill, dominating streak for the Weaver. But unfortunately for him, there's a lot of people from the EG side, Disruption and Soulcatcher going on to that Weaver. He's actually going to time-lapse out of that, but Soulcatcher is still on him, but that forced the clap to miss. Artstyle is on the run, and he does not have dust on him anymore. Going to be buying up the Javelin, so even if he does die, he's not going to lose that much. But he's going to get out just fine. Still no deaths on that Weaver, and Weaver going to start to get extremely dangerous. EG is trying to do what they can. They're playing it how they theoretically should be playing it. They're trying to go for the ganks. They're getting the dust off. They're saving the disruption for when he Shikuchis. But they just simply cannot kill the Weaver. He is way too slippery. And now in the top lane, Fear is going to have to watch out. No cold snap going off onto him, so he's going to be just fine. Going for a hammer. That could be... I don't really think he needs a BKB in this team. It'll definitely help him outside of that rage, but... yeah. Most likely going to be a Desolator. More straight up damage. But I would not be surprised to see a BKB at all. Let's actually take a look at the gold graph. Barely any advantage. 500 favor in Dare, mostly because of the towers, which they do have one in favor right now. But that's not a huge deal. 500 gold in this portion of the game is nothing, and experience still sitting at pretty much nothing. So this game is completely tied up. Lifestealer is going to get bigger and bigger, however. He's now going to infest the invisible Brewmaster. Oh no, Invoker, this could be very dangerous. You got to leave right now. He seems to know something is up, but he is going to cross paths with the Brewmaster. There goes the clap and the infest out from the Lifestealer. He's going to try to get out. And yes, he's going to get out. He's going to go into Ghost Walk. There's no True Sight from EG, so they're going to miss out on that kill. The dust, unfortunately, the reveal actually on the Shadow Demon was on the Chen, I believe, before. But no one in that ganking party, and that's going to cost them a kill.
Double damage.
I actually wonder what happens if you use Primal Split while Nax is inside of you. I bet he probably comes out, but that's kind of boring. It'll be great if he just like goes into the Earth Panda. That would be pretty cool. Huge tether, look at that. Looks like Dare are going to be trying to go for Roshan. They do have a Lone Druid, and Lone Druid now with the Radiance could tank up that Roshan pretty well. Tether no overcharge quite yet, but Spirit's doing a lot of damage to Roshan as they just continue to spin around in a tight circle. And Dare, with a double damage Weaver, is going to be able to take a very easy Roshan. Here comes Universe, going to be going on to Goblin. Going to be putting out some Shadow Poison on him and a Soul Catcher and Purge. He's going to actually take a Disruption and try to defend himself for just a little bit, but the right click should be enough. No, he's actually going to pop his magic wand. It's going to be just enough. Artstyle is going to fall down, I believe. Yes, Fear is going to be in this too, and oh, that was actually Mag. Mag and Artstyle still alive, but Mag is taking a lot of damage from the Brewmaster ultimate. Tether goes off from the Wisp, trying to do something, get a couple of stuns out. Universe is extremely weak, going to be taken down by the Invoker. He's sitting on the high ground with his Forge Spirits. Meteor now going out, going to be doing a little bit of damage to Fear, and Fear trying to go on that Weaver, but Weaver just simply too tanky and too slippery as well. He's not going to get a kill. Goblin now going to be taking the damage. Tether already stunned Fear, so nothing going on there. Clap going on to the Art-style Weaver, and he's being chased down by Fear. Fear trying to go for the last click, but no. Weaver with that last Geminate attack is going to be able to take out the Lifestealer. So a 4-for-2 trade in favor of EG. EG did not, or they are not happy with that fight. They lost 4 heroes. They did manage to take the Aegis, but Dare managed to take the Roshan. They got the gold from that, so they're going to be extremely happy. And especially considering the fact that G is a little bit closer to that Sheepstick, if it should be Sheepstick. Eye of Scotty, go Eye of Scotty, and MKB is now up on the Weaver, so Weaver's going to be absolutely dishing, and Lifestealer, she got kited all day by that Weaver. And it's really one of the huge problems with Lifestealer. You have to kill them within the combo of your open wounds and feast and rage. And if you don't do that, you're just sitting duck because you're really not able to keep up with people until you get something like a Basher or Maim or I have Scotty or something just to try to keep up. There's quite a bit of slow coming out from EG, but they have no reliable stuns at all, so Lifestealer is not going to be given that chance to just sit there and right click. Might prove to be the ultimate reason why EG is not going to be winning this game. Of course, they're not completely out of this, but that is going to be a pretty big detriment moving forward, and we could already see, despite the fact that Lifestealer is level 14, actually Malk going to be ganked up by a relocating party, feed, and Goblin. He's actually going to get feasted and taking a lot of damage from the Lifestealer. Is he going to go down 4-3? No, he's going to get taken down. Sunstrike going after Universe, but it's actually the Sport Spirit's doing a ton of damage. You're going to be able to take down that Shadow Demon kill. Wisp manages to relocate out with his life, but 2 down for EG, only 1 down for Dara, and Dara just doing slow and steady, and slow and steady in this case will win them the race. Lone Druid is not really concerned as much with the kiting as much as Lifestealer is. Lifestealer, of course, is dishing, so if he could get close to someone and actually get a couple of hits off, they're going to be dead. There's really no chance for them to survive. Unless it's Weaver, unless it's a very quick-handed invoker, which God is a very quick-handed invoker, so he might be able to force staff himself out, Ghostwalk or something, but Nake's doing a ton of damage. And the reason why Lone Druid does not have that inherent disadvantage, well, because he has Rabid, first of all. He also has a bonus speed on his bear because of Synergy, and also Orb of Venom and Entangle. So the bash is kind of built into the Lone Druid, where Lifestealer has to spend his money or rely on his teammates for that, and his teammates simply can't. The team comp with no stuns isn't going to be able to hold someone in place, so that Fear could just get in and do the right-click damage. Blink Dagger is now up on Brewmaster, so that's pretty big item pickup. Ow, I just put my freaking knee on my table. That really freaking hurt. Okay, that's not something I want to do. Okay, but Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster and that gem as well, so that gem is specifically going to be aimed towards the Weaver, but Weaver is still going to be very slippery because EG does not have any stuns. They're going to have to hopefully try to catch him in between Shikuchis, and with his time lapse on cooldown if they want to kill him, it's going to be extremely difficult. This is actually hilarious. Malk walking around with 3 Ursa Warriors. Going to be picking up his mech in relatively short order, only 500 away, 400 away from that. Lifestealer does have his Desolator, and Shadow Demon going to be going for a 4-staff, so EG probably going to go for everyone else on the Dare team, try to eliminate the Weaver until last. But it's really going to be hard to ignore this Weaver. Now with a Ultimate Orb, going to be going for a Manta style, so 3 Weavers is something that it's hard to ignore. And especially with that much damage, Weaver's going to be doing, he's going to be a pretty big threat. And the rest of Dare, not exactly the bulkiest. I mean, like Wisp is extremely soft. Lone Druid is pretty bulky himself, and he does have a Radiance. Leshrac not the tankiest. But if EG tried to do that mobility 4-staffed based team fight, it's not going to really pay off for them. With Hex going off onto Bulba, there's a new Sheep Stick onto the Invoker. Bulba's taking a lot of damage from everyone on the Dara side. Leshrac going to be picking up that kill with the Edict. And this is going to mean a tier 2 tower on the top lane. EG cannot fight without the Brewmaster, and this tower is already extremely weak as it is. A couple spell casts of Shadow Poison going to be going out, mostly just to get free damage on, but it's not going to be a huge deal. Weaver picking up a tier 2 tower on the top lane, and that's going to give him a little bit more speed towards that Manta style. In the meantime, Mag on that bot lane pushing down. Looks like actually Dara doesn't want to stop. They want to keep going since Brewmaster is still out of commission. Our style now with an Alacrity going to get disrupted and soul captured. Not a big deal, however, since he does have Aegis, he does have time lapse, and he does have Shikuchi. Universe going to have to force descent back. Oh my god, 200 health only. He's going to get out just by the skin of his teeth. But meanwhile, Fear trying to make things happen by himself. He's taking a lot of damage, however. Invest into one of Chen's creeps. Fear pops out doing a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Leshrac is going to get that kill with the Pulse Nova. So EG just getting picked apart one hero at a time. They're going in Power Ranger style, and that means they're going in one at a time. Lifestealer really did not have any backup from his team, and Invoker barely managing to force staff out of there. Going to be avoiding the clap from the Brewmaster. So Lifestealer kind of jumped the gun a little bit, and in the meantime, Lone Druid was not in that fight, but he did take a tier 2 tower. So Dare everything going for them at this point in the game, as the experience in gold does climb further and further into their advantage. And oh shit, I completely missed that. Invoker solo killing the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain did manage to buy up Hex before she died, so she didn't really lose that much gold, but Invoker, with the Forged Spirits, with the Hex, managed to kill her in 3 seconds, which is pretty impressive. A lot of damage coming out from a maxed Exhort Invoker. Now going to be putting points into the Wex, try to get his other spells up to par, but still going to be relying on that maxed out Exhort for the damage. Weaver actually very close to his Yasha, and once that happens, I don't know, EG just needs a solid 5v5 fight. If they could catch a lot of people in the Sonic Wave, they could just let Lifestealer maybe go into the Queen of Pain or the Brewmaster and just follow in and try to take out someone before the team fight actually really builds up. EG could do pretty well, but so far it's mostly been skirmishes coming out from EG, and that's something that, although their team can do, it really isn't working out for them, and they really have to start changing their tactics around because it's clearly not working. We now see Fear going to be running into Invoker, and Fear, you are not in a good place to be. He's going to get hexed up, taking a cold snap, and a huge rock coming down onto Fear. Fear pops his armlet. There goes Hand of God as well, but Invoker, just too much damage, and EG should not enter this area. This is a big EG no-go zone. Don't go there. The Invoker lives there, and the Invoker will kill you, and that will bring him closer to his Aghanim Scepter. Invoker's level 19 with level 4 Invoke, so he's going to be spitting out a lot of spells, and that's also a reason why he's going to transition into more of a Wex build. Try to balance out his spells as much as he can. Bulba now going to try and make something happen onto G. G's going to force staff himself away. He does have the Sheepstick armed up, but he's going to Sheepstick himself. Demon unleashing his ultimate. Tether coming out from the Wisp, however, and he's trying to relocate. No, he wasn't actually. G is still on the run. Ghost Walk going to be popped out, but Sentry Ward coming down from Universe. G is probably going to be going down. One last right click from Demon. He's going to be bringing down his unstoppable streak. But the rest of Dare is in the back. Goblin doing a lot of damage, forcing out the ultimate from the Brewmaster, and he's going to be forced to pop the Ghost Scepter. Bear's still running around here, but he's going to be taken down and instantly resummoned, going on to Malk, but Feed in the meantime, trying to do tether onto the Lone Druid. Queen of Pain now with the triple kill, as Mag is on the run. Sunstrike going off somewhere, actually going to pick off Chen, probably in the back line of the base, but Mag is sitting in the middle of a lot of people, and he's going to teleport out. Is he going to get out? No, he's going to get hexed. Mag is hexed up, but Artstyle has re-entered this fight. Artstyle, I'm pretty sure, was in the back of this fight the entire time. Here comes Fear again, and just one click. No, actually, Queen of Pain is actually going to get that last right click. Artstyle does have his Manta completed. He's going to go toe-to-toe with Fear, but Fear just too much damage. He's going to do a ton of damage. Forced to use time-lapse on that Weaver, and Weaver is still alive, however. He's going to be just fine. Force Staff coming up for the Invoker. Managed to get a Regeneration Rune. Clap, Blink going on to the Invoker as well, as you see a rock coming down into Universe, completely flattening him. Invoker is going to take the Shadow Poison, and Queen of Pain able to take out the Weaver finally. Invoker is still in a lot of trouble. He does not have not Cold Snap, Ghost Walk. So that is another 2 kills from the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain is just rolling in the dough. That was like at least 5 kills from the Queen of Pain. She's going to be happy about that. And EG taking a more 5-on-5 clash. It's kind of hard to say that was a 5v5 though, because it was so hectic. I'm pretty sure Malk died around here, and that was because of a Sunstrike, and most likely the Weaver as well. But Weaver, actually taking his first fall, tried to go toe-to-toe with the Lifestealer, and that's exactly not what you want to do against a Lifestealer. It doesn't matter who you are, unless you're Ursa, I guess, but going toe-to-toe with the Lifestealer, not a good idea. You really need to just kite around, and Lifestealer tried to go for the Infest kill, did not make it happen, but hell, they got the Weaver anyway. Weaver with a little bit of a misplay. Should have tried to use his Shikuchi, use his range to try to get a little bit more of an advantage. And Dara smoked up, EG smoked up, I'm sorry. Gonna be looking towards a Roshan. Queen of Pain blinking up on the high ground, hexing onto Feed. Wisp is not out of commission. Goblin taking a huge ultimate from the Queen of Pain, gonna get critted down by the Brewmaster. So EG, even though they did not get that Roshan, they did take an easy Lashrak kill, and Roshan, well, didn't take much damage at all, but they could choose to go in there if they want to. Looks like instead they're gonna opt for a tier 2 tower. Mag almost has that Assault Cuirass done on his Bear. Once he has that, it's going to be a little bit harder for Naix to do the damage, but it's still going to be extremely, extremely possible. Queen of Pain is going to be counter-warding just a little bit. Invisibility Rune with a Naix inside of her. Dara has to watch out for this one. The Bear is going to come in, spot out everyone from EG. taking a lot of burn damage actually, and Bulba wants to go in, but he does not have a blink dagger because of that radiance. Queen of Pain is actually going to blink in, but she gets hexed immediately. Bulba is going to get disrupted. I think that gets what happened. Arcel forced to use Time Lapse very early in the fight, and Lone Druid is going to escape with his life, but Malk still in the middle of everything, going to get right clicked and blocked by the Shadow Demon illusion. So Shadow Demon actually killing off his ally just a little bit. Malk in the meantime has fallen to the Weaver, and Invoker picked off the Lifestealer. Where did Lifestealer go? Wow, Lifestealer was way down the line, so Invoker with that Force Staff and Hex really doing a lot of work for the Dare team, and Dare continuing to build their lead. Well, actually, wasn't that great that last fight, but they are going to take a free Roshan. Not going to be contested, and Lone Druid picks up that Aegis, who does have almost enough for that Salt Cuirass universe, barely teleporting away. Fortunately for him, there was no ward up there. Lifestealer continuing to farm up, going to be looking for a Cuirass most likely of, well actually, yeah, going to be looking for a Cuirass of his own, try to equalize the situation as far as the armor auras go. But Queen of Pain now sitting at 3600 health, the world is her oyster, she could buy anything that she wants. But she's going to have to make a decision pretty quickly because the Edict damage is going to tear down this tower, especially combined with those Forge Spirits. Alacrity actually going off onto the Leshrac, which, I don't know, I don't like that, but hell, they took the tower. So everything's good. Salt Cuirass now finished onto Mag, and Salt Cuirass Radiance Bear. That's scary stuff. Scary stuff. Drum now completed on the Leshrac. He is sitting at a Ghost Scepter and a Vitality Booster, so he's getting some pretty big bulk up. He could go into a Bloodstone, and it will be pretty late to do that, but still a viable option. Invoker almost at his... What is this? Who is this for? It's going to be on the Wisp, most likely a mech. Does Dare even have a mech? They do not. So Wisp is going to be going for that mech, and that's good to double heal whoever you're tethered to. Very useful item to have on the Wisp. Especially since Wisp is just getting completely annihilated in this fight. He needs something to help him stay alive, and mech, a pretty good choice for that. Wouldn't mostly because of the armor, actually. If he just holds that buckler, it'll help him a whole lot. Weaver now picking up an Eagle Song, so he's going to be going for a Butterfly. And once he has that, Lifestealer is going to have a lot more hard of a lot difficult. Okay, I don't know. It's going to be hard to kill him as the Lifestealer. A lot more difficult of a time, I guess, would be the correct grammatical way to say that. Because of that evasion, I feel like Lifestealer, even if he's missing his attacks, is going to have enough damage to just toe-to-toe the Weaver. But once Weaver actually gets his kiting going on, he's going to be just fine. Smoked up, EG looking for someone to kill, and most likely they're going to run into Mag. They're going to have to kill him twice, but that's pretty easy considering how powerful their Naix is, and Mag is hiding in the trees. EG seems to know where he is. There goes the Smoke Dispel, and Mag going to run right into everyone. There goes the instant Hex. Mag is going to get taken down extremely quickly from the entirety of EG. They're even going to stick around, try to kill the bear. If they kill the bear off, it's going to force another one to be summoned up later, and Mag can transform, try to get a little bit more health, but no. He's going to get completely annihilated by EG. They got to get back right now because the rest of Dare pushing down on their top lane. Where are the teleports? Theirs goes 2 teleports. They're going to need a little bit more than that, however. Queen of Pain going to be forced to use her ultimate, clear out the creep wave, and Art Style going to time lapse that right off and eat Bulba. Looking for initiation, but the rest of his team is not there. Looks like Dare is going to be happy with just taking that tower and falling back, especially considering they don't have the Lone Druid. So they should not take fights that are risky at this moment. They should just continue to sit pretty at their 12,000 gold advantage. And actually, pretty much the same number coming out from the experience. So Dare just has to play it slow and steady. Their Weaver is doing a large amount of work on the other team. Queen of Pain has picked up an Aghanim Scepter, so she's going to be throwing out those ults like nobody's business. Gem also picked up on her, going to be dewarding and looking for that Weaver. What happened to the other gem? The other gem got dropped by the Brewmaster, so that's most likely the same gem. But actually, oh no! Shadow Demon catching a tail end of that as his charge remains fall to the ground. A relocated Wisp gank. Going to be bringing them back to the mid lane, actually. So, nice clean jump in and get a kill. Arcel now getting hexed up, going to take a huge Queen of Pain ultimate, but he does have time lapse up, fortunately for him. Barely any HP left. That was like double-digit HP left on the Weaver. Very lucky to have survived that. Because if his Vanguard proc's going to attribute that to the damage block from the Vanguard, so it's going to keep him alive. And time-lapse doesn't have the longest cooldown in the game. It's almost up already, 20 seconds left. So Weaver can continue to do that shenaniganry. He's going to sit and farm on the top lane. And really, there's nothing EG could do about that. They needed the ultimate from both Lifestealer and the Queen of Pain to even get him close to death. And, well, they have to wait another 50 seconds before they try that. Mag actually picking up a Talisman of Evasion. I like that choice. It doesn't really matter what he builds it into. He could build it into, Heaven's Halberd, which actually will pretty good. But just holding that gives you a lot of effective HP, especially since a lot of the damage is coming out from the right clicks. Now you see a relocate gank onto Universe again. Poor Universe. Oh my god, that is just awful. But fortunately, Feed is going to get taken down. Somehow Fear got stunned up, and it was probably the tether. Oh my god, how did they escape that? That is... What? Oh no, it was the Ghost Scepter. That's what that was. Well, they actually are going to take Queen of Pain hits. That should not work like that, I don't think, but... Ghost Scepter and Lucky Tether hits going to be keeping both G and Feed alive. So they could just keep killing that Shadow Demon, and Shadow Demon's very unhappy about that. He's not having a good time at all. Whenever he shows his face, instant relocate, Meteor, Hex, Forge Spirits, dead. And there's nothing you can do with Shadow Demon, because you're hexed the entire time. You can't even disrupt yourself. But as I was saying, the Talisman of Evasion will help him a lot against the Lifestealer damage, and Lifestealer, well, he's pretty much built to take down Lone Druid, so Lone Druid doing what he can to survive, and building more health doesn't really help. He already has a ton of armor, so the most logical thing to do is increase your EHP, your effective HP, that is, through other ways. That is Invasion. Arcel getting hexed up. He's going to take a platform bubble and an ultimate from Demon. He uses a Mantis Split and a time lapse to try to run himself out of there, and he is going to get out just fine. He does have his Butterfly finish, so he's going to dodge attacks left and right now. That Lifestealer is actually going to get ganked up by G and Feed again. Chaos Meteor and Cold Snap going to go on to Fear. There goes the Hand of God trying to keep him alive. The rest of his team going to show up a little bit as well. Fear standing toe-to-toe with the other team. Bulba going to get stunned up by the Tether, looking for his ultimate. But Relocate out, going out from the Wisp and the Evoker. Unfortunately for Weaver, he's the only one here. He's going to try Shikuchi out of this, and is he going to survive? No. Queen of Pain is going to get a monster kill by killing him. It shows how deadly Lifestealer is. He just was at 100 health or, 500 health. No big deal. Just stand your ground and kill people. And that's the threat of the Lifestealer. You cannot afford to take him toe-to-toe. It's just not how it works when the enemy team has a Lifestealer. And Invoker, unfortunately, with his spell damage, was not enough to kill that Lifestealer. He didn't really have much time, to be fair, but Lifestealer is very tanky. He's going to be picking up a Cuirass very soon. And I would actually love to see a Heaven's Halberd on this Lone Druid. I know he's most likely going to be going, well, I don't know. It could be pretty good, actually. The managers, yes, it is going to be a Heaven's Halberd. Thank you, Lone Druid. Of course, Lifestealer can rage out of that, but if you cast it on him as soon as his rage ends, then he's just going to sit there. And without that beast, he's going to die extremely, extremely quickly. There's not enough support, or, well, actually Chen doing a little bit, but regardless, Lifestealer is going to pretty much instantly fall as soon as you disarm him, so I like this choice by Lone Druid a lot. Going to be giving him a lot of bulk, and going to be shutting down the most important damage dealer from the EG side, so very good item choice coming out from the Lone Druid. Let's actually take another look. Yeah, we're not going to look at that. It's ugly. I want to see the next Wisp gank, because Universe is starting to wander off, and if you wander off as Universe, you're going to get squished by a Meteor. Sorry about that, guys. Voice is starting to hurt a little bit. I do not have the endurance that other casters have quite yet. But yeah, Goblin gonna be picking up a Bloodstone, so he's gonna be extremely bulky, gonna get that mana regeneration up. Would not be surprised to see a little bit of armor coming out from him, something like a Shiva's. Would not be a bad choice at all. Demon is invisible. No, actually that's Smoke. Is smoked up with Nax inside of her. Not actually sure how Lifestealer does that. Doesn't look like there's much room in there, but Lifestealer makes it happen, because Lifestealer is amazing. And oh no, Chen's creeps all gonna get taken down by Darer. Tethered, gonna catch them up, and the right clicks from Invoker with a double damage rune. Poor neutral creeps. They did not sign up for that. Chen with his Holy Persuasion was able to sweet talk them into fighting for the Radiant cause, but yeah, they probably shouldn't have been that gullible, but Queen of Pain next, and Shadow Demon going to be looking for G, going to take revenge from those ganks. There goes a Blink and a Hex going onto G, and Feed is going to have to relocate them out right now. Goodbye. Unfortunately for them, they did not go into the fountain, so most likely Feed is just going to leave G there. 4, 3, 2, yeah. Goodbye, Wisp. Wisp actually popping his Ghost Scepter, going to take a clap and going to tether away to Art Style. He might actually get out of this. That'll be amazing if he does. I know he's not. Queen of Pain going to be able to take that down with her standard spells. Wisp's giving his life for Invoker, but that's what you got to do. Invoker is just a lot more important of a hero. Almost level 25, which means perfect God style status on Invoker, being going to be able to cast down whatever he wants, whenever he wants, with a 2-second cooldown on that Invoke, so that's scary. Already see Alacrity going to be giving Weaver a lot of damage, and this Roshan did not stand a chance. Poor Roshan. She's going to be going to the Weaver, so he essentially has 2 time lapses now. Aegis onto the Lone Druid. I actually like Aegis on Weaver and Cheese on Lone Druid, because Lone Druid has a lot more health, and he has a lot more time to really get that going, but hell they both work. Invoker going to be returning back to the bot lane, going to be pushing that out. This game continuing to go on despite Dara's huge advantage. They're not really looking for anything. They're just getting more and more farm. Because Weaver is pretty damn stacked, as we now see Universe, Demon, and the Lifestealer coming out for Art Style. There goes the nade. Oh my god, Scream of Pain. And Sonic Wave coming out from the Queen of Pain, just completely obliterating that Weaver. Weaver, you needed a Heart of Tarask, like, right now. Whew, that's a lot of damage coming out. Harass done on the Lifestealer, and Lifestealer pretty stacked as well. Next item probably going to be something bulky. I don't know, like a heart or something. That'll be pretty good. BKB up on Invoker. Heaven's Halberd is completed on the Lone Druid, and that's about it for him. Wisp still going for that mech, is only a little bit away from it, but unfortunately he's not going to have it to defend this tower, and I'm sure they're going to be okay with taking this tower. I mean, like, they still have 3 more towers left. How do they still have this tower? What the hell? You are a miracle tower right here. Surprised EG hasn't made a push for that, since it's just easy gold. But EG actually looking for the high ground. With that Naix, they're going to be able to take down this tower extremely quickly. There goes a Tornado trying to slow down the creep wave, and a Split Earth as well. They're running in, trying to do some Radiance damage. But Blink in from Bubble as he instantly goes into his ultimate form. G taking a lot of damage, but is he going to go down? That's the question. He pops his BKB, uses Force Staff to get away. Fear is still on the chase. Fear has ran out of his Rage form, and he is going to get disarmed. Most likely, Fear just getting right-clicked down in the middle of everyone. Fear is going to go down, and that means EG cannot push into this. Even with Weaver dead, the rest of Dara just not happy about that. Bulba going to be blinking out just barely, but the rest of Dara is still on the chase, and with that tether movement speed, Leshrac is going to be able to spot him out. He's going to try to teleport out of this, but no, a Split Earth is going to cancel that, and Bulba is going to go down. It's going to be a matter of who's going to get this kill. It's going to be Leshrac with his Edict. So the rest of Dara are fighting, just, 5v4, not a big deal. We'll just kill them, even though Brewmaster got a pretty good initiation. G, simply too tanky. 2400. 17 armor, that's pretty hard to bring down, and Brewmaster does not have his Aghanim Scepter, so his ultimate isn't as strong as it could possibly be. And actually, what are you doing? Wisp, doing a little bit of split pushing with that relocate. I think that's actually going to hurt him a little bit, since, well, actually, he relocated from a pretty safe place, but with those 2 kills, 2 of the most important heroes for EG, this is going to mean racks for Dara. Do they have buyback? Brewmaster does have buyback, but he doesn't have his ultimate, so it's not going to be that influential. Sonic Wave going to go out, try to clear the creep wave a little bit, but instant time lapse coming out from Art Style. He still has that cheese. Right clicks going on to the melee barracks. Need to focus down a little more. They're actually going to slide up. Mag and Feed going to be able to take down 2 Raxes, and that's going to be extremely crippling. Oh, one more hit, come on. Yeah, there we go. Extremely crippling for EG, because, well, Lifestealer can hold off 2 Raxes, but that gold advantage is going to just continue to climb. It's going to be harder and harder for EG to come back into this game, but Demon blinked in with Naix inside of him. G is going to be taken down. The rest of Dara are going to be on the run. Is Relocate up? Relocate is not up. He does not have any mana for that. Actually, no, it was up. He barely managed to get Invoker out, I think. Weaver is still here in the meantime, however. He did pop his cheese, and he is doing a little bit of damage, trying to fight the entirety of EG by himself. Malk is on the run, going to be taking a swarm. Sunstrike going off. Sunstrike going to completely miss. I think, yeah, Relocate got off, and Invoker was the only one to get out, so a perfect evacuation coming out from the Wisp. Invoker gets to live. This Invoker is just insane playing from the Dara team, and EG doing what they can, but unfortunately, Dara's looking too strong right now. 2 Raxes now in their name, they just have to slow push bot. Well, actually, look. Miracle Tower went down, unfortunately. Poor tower. Queen of Pain, adapting to her situation, actually getting 2 orbs. I don't know what that's about, but she's going to be going for some creep clearing. And when your Queen of Pain has to buy items to clear creeps, you know you're in a bad situation. Because, well, you have Scream of Pain, you have an Aghanim, Scepter, Sonic Wave. You shouldn't really have to get any more items to clear out the creep wave. That Lightning Hammer is going to be doing a lot for the creep waves, though, so going to be doing a little bit as well. And I believe the you lifesteal on all the hits that Chain Lightning does not proc. I believe that's how it works. If it is the same as in Dota 1. They didn't stack. Orb effects do not stack, boys. But now, Dara looking for the last Rax. Hex going off onto Malk, but no follow-up from that. So you're going to have to wait another 30 seconds. I'm sure they're okay with that before they push onto the bot. Like, oh, wait, what? Oh, that was... did that go down? What the hell? Well, there's Mega Creeps. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm a complete dumbass, guys. I'm so sorry. This Rax went down, and that's completely slipped my mind, or I just didn't see it or something. I apologize, but that's why Queen of Pain gonna go for that lightning stick. Mega Creep's bearing down him. Artstyle didn't get tethered up, and he can take a lot of damage, but unfortunately, he's still doing pretty fine. He's sitting at 700 health, and he does have time lapse up in his arsenal. Universe is going to be taken down. Chen going to be taken down as well. Fear now on the run, going to be just wailed on by Mag, and with Mega Creeps. When did this go down? Am I just suffering from memory loss or something? Well, Brewmaster's not going to get down. Yeah, you're dead, Bulba. I'm sorry. So that was like the seriously most awful mistake I've ever made. They have Mega Creeps. I completely missed that. I'm so sorry, guys. But that's going to mean the end of this game. Dara is fountain farming EG, so Dara is going to be going into the upper bracket of the defense as the Ancient falls down. I cannot apologize enough for that. Pretty huge thing that I completely missed. It's like missing First Blood, except like 6 times as bad. So, regardless, thanks for watching, guys. This has been EG versus Dara from the group stages of the defense. This is going to mean that Dara is going to move into the upper bracket, EG into the lower bracket. They're both still in this tournament, though, so it's not that a big deal. It's just going to mean EG is going to have to play a little bit harder, a couple more games. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this content, I have more at youtube.com/MikeLorisGaming. I also have a Facebook account. It is the same. And, yeah, I love comments, criticism, anything that you can give me. So thanks for watching, guys. Also, if the lag is better, I'd like to know that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Mike Loris signing off. GG.